The Ugly Man. Once upon a time, in a small village, there was a man named Tom. Tom was not handsome. He was quite the opposite. People in the village called him the Ugly Man. Tom had a large nose, big ears, and a crooked smile. But Tom had a kind heart. Tom loved to help people. He would carry heavy bags for the old women, fix broken doors for the families, and take care of the children when their parents were busy. But people still called him ugly. They did not see his kind heart. They only saw his face. One day, a beautiful woman named Mary moved to the village. Mary had bright blue eyes and golden hair. Everyone admired her. She was very friendly and kind. Mary heard about Tom, the ugly man. She was curious and wanted to meet him. Mary found Tom in the village square. He was fixing a cart for an old farmer. Mary walked up to Tom and said, "Hello, my name is Mary. It's nice to meet you." Tom looked at Mary and smiled. "Hello, Mary. I'm Tom. Nice to meet you too." Mary smiled back and said, "I have heard many things about you. They say you are very kind." Tom blushed. "I just like to help people," he said. Mary and Tom started talking. They talked about many things. They talked about the village, the people, and their dreams. Mary liked Tom very much. She did not care about his looks. She saw his kind heart. Every day, Mary and Tom would meet and talk. They became good friends. The villagers were surprised. They could not understand why Mary liked Tom. They still called him ugly. One day, the village had a big problem. There was a storm, and the river near the village overflowed. The village was flooded. People were scared. Their houses were filled with water. They did not know what to do. Tom did not waste any time. He started helping people. He carried children to safety. He moved old people to dry places. He worked day and night without rest. Mary helped him. Together, they saved many people. The villagers saw Tom's bravery. They saw his kind heart. They realized they had been wrong. Tom was not ugly. He was a hero. They started to respect him. After the flood, the village was safe again. The villagers thanked Tom and Mary. They built a statue of Tom in the village square. It was a statue of a brave and kind man. Mary and Tom became even closer. They fell in love. They got married and lived happily. The villagers never called Tom ugly again. They called him the kind man. Tom and Mary lived a happy life in the village. Their kindness spread throughout the village, and soon everyone wanted to be like them. The village became known as the Village of Kind Hearts. Tom and Mary had 3 children. They named them Jack, Lucy, and Sam. Jack had Tom's large nose, Lucy had his big ears, and Sam had his crooked smile. But Tom and Mary taught them that what mattered most was being kind and helping others. Jack loved to read books. He would read stories to the old people in the village and teach the children to read. Lucy loved animals. She would take care of the sick and injured animals and find homes for the stray ones. Sam loved to build things. He would help the villagers fix their houses and build new things for the village. One winter, a terrible illness spread through the village. Many people became very sick. The villagers were worried. They had never faced such a sickness before. Tom and Mary knew they had to help. Tom started taking care of the sick people, bringing them food and medicine. Mary cleaned their homes and made sure they were comfortable. Jack, Lucy, and Sam helped too. Jack read stories to the sick children to keep their spirits up. Lucy took care of their pets so they wouldn't feel lonely. Sam fixed the broken windows and doors to keep the cold out. The villagers saw how much Tom, Mary, and their children were doing to help. They realized that they needed to work together to fight the illness. Everyone in the village started helping each other. They shared food, took care of the sick, and kept each other warm. Slowly, the illness began to go away. The villagers were grateful to Tom, Mary, and their children. They knew that without their kindness and hard work, the village might not have survived. Tom and Mary were very proud of their children. They knew that they had taught them the most important lesson of all, that kindness and helping others are what make a person truly beautiful. Years went by, and Tom and Mary grew old. They continued to live in the village, helping others and spreading kindness. Jack became a teacher, Lucy became a veterinarian, and Sam became an architect. They all stayed in the village, raising their own families and teaching their children the same lessons about kindness and helping others. One day, a traveler came to the village. He had heard about the Village of Kind Hearts and wanted to see it for himself. He was amazed at what he saw. Everyone in the village was kind and helpful. There were no arguments or fights. People smiled and greeted each other warmly. The traveler asked the villagers how they had become so kind. The villagers told him about Tom, the ugly man, and how he had taught them the true meaning of beauty. They told him about Mary's kindness and how their children continued their legacy. The traveler was deeply moved. He wrote a book about the village and Tom's story, and soon people from all over the world came to visit the Village of Kind Hearts. Tom and Mary lived long and happy lives. When they passed away, the whole village mourned. They built another statue in the village square, this time of Tom and Mary together. Under the statue, they wrote, "True beauty is in the heart." Tom's story became famous, and people everywhere learned that it doesn't matter what you look like on the outside. What matters is how you treat others and the kindness in your heart. The village continued to thrive, and the legacy of Tom and Mary lived on. People from far and wide came to learn from the villagers and to see for themselves how kindness can transform lives. Tom's story teaches us that true beauty comes from within, and that kindness and helping others are the most beautiful things of all. The end.